Welcome to RCAM, and I am waking up. I don't know why I'm awake. I really have no idea. Maybe I'm awake so I can stream. Maybe maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I'm awake. And I'm actually pretty wide awake. Um why don't we start the morning off with a proverb? I think that's good. I think that's good. What is it? We'll do proverb 4. All right. Hear my instruction, the instruction of a father, and give attention to understanding, for I give you good doctrine. Do not forsake my law. So important. A lot of people, a lot of Christians scoff at God's law, but it's important and it's something that we should not forget. We should not neglect. It's just as applicable to our life as it's ever been. I actually believe nations fall apart when they forget God's law. That's one of the curses of forgetting his law is that your nation comes under judgment. So don't forget his law. It's very important. When I was my father's son, tender and the only one in the sight of my mother, he also taught me and said to me, "Let your heart retain my words, keep my commands, and live." If you want to experience life, if you want to live, obey God's commandments. It says in one of the 10 commandments, it's honor your father and mother and you will have a long life. Well, that also applies to our heavenly Father. Honor our heavenly Father, keep his commands, do what he says, and we will have a long life. We will live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget nor turn away from my words, the words of my mouth. Yeah, and wisdom is obeying the commandments. It's fear of the Lord. That is what wisdom is. Fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom. And if we read in Exodus, hold on a second, I'll show you something. Give me 1 second here. All right. Mm-mm-mm. All right. All right. And Moses said to the people, "Do not fear God." This is Exodus 20:20. Um, for God has come to test you, that his fear may be before you, so you may not sin. So fear of the Lord is obedience to his commandments. That is what it means to fear the Lord, so that we will not sin. So that is wisdom. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. This is the chief thing. This is the most important thing. Get wisdom, y'all. And in all you're getting, therefore get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will uh, place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory. She will deliver you. Hear, my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life will be many. I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in the right paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hindered. And that's something, man, if you're not hearing this, if you're not grasping this, that's awesome. If we seek wisdom, if we seek after God, our steps will not be hindered. Our paths will um, not be disrupted. That's encouraging. And when you run, you will not stumble. Take firm hold of the instruction. Yes, these are the commandments. These are the instructions. Do not let go. Keep her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of evil. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn away from it and pass on. Stay away from evil. Have nothing to do with it. Man, I can't tell you how many people find themselves in bad situations because they they hang around bad company, or they're in a situation where they knew going in was bad, but they went anyway. Don't do it. Stay away from it. For they do not have sleep unless they have done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone else fall. Yeah, and you lose sleep over this stuff. You can't sleep soundly. Part of it might be your unconscious, and part of it might just be because you strayed from the path. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is like a shining sun that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. The day of the wicked is like darkness. They do not know what makes them stumble. My son, give attention to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Do not let them depart from your eyes. Keep them in your midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them. God's commandments are life. And this is crazy too, because Jesus says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. And he's basically the embodiment, the fulfillment of God's commandments. He's the living embodiment of everything good, and God's commandments are good. So he kept them perfectly. He was the perfect example of how to walk in them in spirit and in truth. So, and health to all their flesh. Oh, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even notice that. So, even your body will be healthy. Your flesh will be healthy if you walk according to his ways. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it springs the issues of life. Put away from your mouth deceitful mouths and perverse lips far from you. Let your eyes look straight ahead and your eyelids look right before you. Ponder the path of your feet and let all your ways be established. Do not turn to the right or to the left. Remove your foot from evil. Don't go to the left. Don't go over to the right. Stay on the path that God has for you. That is one of the most important things. And I feel like even myself, I've been way more laxed in my Bible reading and my Bible study, and that's not good. It's not good for me. It's not good for my family. I'm called to be the spiritual leader of my household, and that's something that I have to take seriously. So I that's something that I'm gonna do. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do this morning is, well, first of all, let's pray, and then we'll get into it. Father, we come to you today in the mighty name of Jesus. I just thank you for this day, God. I thank you for your Sabbath. I thank you for your rest. I thank you for your goodness and your mercy. Bless this stream. Bless all who come in, Father. Have your way, God. I don't have an agenda, but you do. So whatever you want me to do, I'll do. We love you. We praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so I guess kind of what I wanted to do this morning was just kind of go over some of the stuff that I had on the docket from yesterday. Uh, I was thinking of playing video games, but man, I don't know, man. I'm just not in the mood, really. Like lately, I've been getting on video games and just being bored, bored. It's like just becoming less and less interesting to me. And I love playing video games too, which is weird. But sometimes if I almost play and it feels like a chore. I'm like, Why am I doing this?" It's a very weird season, and this happens sometimes. I get in a funk where I don't even wanna play video games, I don't wanna do nothing. Um, it'll pass, guys, but right now, I just wanna kinda read some news, maybe, I don't know, do some editing if I have a chance. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, but let's get into some news. How about that? We'll start off with uh this. So I did go and see, obviously, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And one of the things that was disappointing, and, this is not really a spoiler, is that Brie Larson did not get enough screen time with Rosalina. and this is her playing, I guess, Donkey Kong Bonanza with, or not Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Kart with the rest of the cast.
Hey, Bree, I'm gonna ask you a quick question.
Not right now. I'm driving.
Switch 2, you play it?
Of course, I begged for it.
Any recent Switch 2 games you're connected with?
I've been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'll have you know, and I've been playing this year game, Mario Kart World, and
Okay.
I'm trying to play it currently, but you're talking to me?
Super flip.
You're totally right. You're totally right. I apologize for that. Hey, Bree.
She seems like a true fan, man. She legitimately actually seems like she has a love for video games, and I can respect that. So I think that's cool. I do wish again she got more screen time because Rosalina got like a total like 10 minutes, and it's essentially a movie about her. So a little weird. So anyway, here's another news that I saw. So World of Warcraft is introducing a gay pride event in game. As usual, Asmon Gold agrees with me about exactly what's wrong with the modern LGBTQ community. All right, let's play this.
I think that it is so insufferably fucking annoying that gay people, trans people, and everybody inside of the LGBT umbrella, not everybody, but the outspoken, pathological, narcissistic, self-obsessed, self-referential, attention whores inside of these communities can't stop talking about themselves. And because of that, they need every piece of media to reaffirm their identity. It is fucking exhausting for me to have to see every single thing has some sort of gay pride, trans pride, some variation of this. And this is coming from somebody, I support gay rights. I support trans rights for adults. I
don't. At all.
A lot of these things, but I don't want to fucking see it in every single piece of media constantly. It is this overcorrection where they want to put their sexuality front and center and basically force people into interfacing with and acknowledging that they are what they are. This is exhausting, it's confrontational, it's unnecessary, and it's insecure. You want to suck a dude's dick? Go ahead. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up about it. Holy shit, how many times do we have to hear about this? So that's the way I see it. I think...
Yeah, I mean, I don't support trans rights or gay rights, obviously. No, I'm not down. I'm not down with that. If it's sin, I don't support it, all right? That's plain and simple. Yeah, and I don't care if you do it in the privacy of your own bedroom. Sin is sin to me. It doesn't really matter where you're doing it. You're still going to have to answer to God one day for what you've done and give an account. And I prefer people not go to hell. That's my preference. I prefer people choose to stop sinning and follow Jesus and not burn in a lake of fire for all of it. That's my preference. You can call me a hateful bigot for not wanting to see, people burn in the lake of fire, but I kind of love people and don't want that to happen. And also, I love God, and He's really good, and I want people to experience the joy and love in life that comes from a life sold out to the plan that God has for them. So that's number one. Number two is I agree with the sentiment entirely. It's like, why? Why is this even here? Why does it have to be an in-game event woven into the patch? Why even make it official? They were doing this on their own. Fine, whatever. You want to treat like the in-game world kind of like the real world, where yeah, you see some nonsense in the real world, and yeah, there's some isolated weird communities in the game that do this. Fine, whatever. It is what it is. But now it's like being sponsored by the actual game itself. That's obnoxious to me. I find that very obnoxious. So much so that it really has made me consider canceling my. Well, I did cancel myself. What am I talking about? I literally clicked that cancel button only it's like active until like June. Or so yeah, this is obnoxious to me. I really cannot stand it. They have to ram this into everything. There's no reprieve from it. And it's like, just be normal. Like you don't see me nonstop being like, I'm straight. Guys, did you know I'm straight? Did you know I'm straight? Guys, I'm straight. I like women. I'm straight. I have my straight pride flag behind me. Did you know? And here's my straight pride ally pin. Like I don't do that. I just exist, bro. That's it. I just I just I don't make this my identity. And here's the thing too when you are doing something that is honestly it's evil, you need other people to affirm it. And when you build your identity upon lies, uh well, one, you don't even fully believe it. And then two, you need other people to affirm it or the lie crumbles. And that's what they're doing here with all this LGBT plus nonsense being inserted into video games. They need other people to hold up their lies. They need other people to affirm that which is evil. And it's just obnoxious, man. And Warcraft doesn't learn. It's like, who's your core audience? Is it these weird troons? Is that your core audience? No. I speak to some of the guys that play these games. All right. Now I play the games. None of them are gay. They really appreciate the game. We got into the game because it was badass. Like you know, it was cool. The cutscenes were cool. It was fun. You know, you get to go on this epic adventure. You get to play, different classes and different races. It was fun, man. And it didn't have any of this, and that's what was appealing to it. It was an escape from the bull crap that you see in the real world, and they bring this stuff into the game now, and it's just so tiring, man. All right. Oh, this is kind of cool and a little sad at the same time. Okay. All right. So obviously, I'm a '90s kid. I grew up on Pokemon. I'm a big Pokemon fan. All right. Me and my brother, we collected all the original 151. And tragically, there was a house fire and a lot of our cards got destroyed. So we had like this blue Pokemon binder. You probably remember it if you grew up in the '90s. There's this blue, like clear Pokemon binder. But anyway, the outer rim of the binder melted and all those cards that were kind of on the outer rim, which was like all of our good ones, Charizard and Venusaur and Blastoise, everything that hit the outside got damaged in this fire, which is really disappointing because we probably would have been sitting on like, I don't know, possibly like over $100,000 worth of Pokemon cards. So very sad, very sad. But anyway, I saw this and I thought this is interesting news. The research behind this is wild. If you played Pokemon as a kid, you have a tiny region in your brain that exists only because of Pokemon. Not a metaphor. Stanford put people in brain scanners and found it. The study was published in Nature Human Behavior in 2019. They scanned 11 adults who grew up glued to their Game Boys and 11 who never played. When they showed both groups images of the original 151, the players' brains lit up in that one specific spot every time. Same spot across all 11 people. The non player showed zero response. That spot is a little fold in the back of your brain that normally processes things like animal shapes and cartoon faces. In the Pokemon players, a chunk of it had been permanently reassigned. Their brains carved out a Pokemon department sometimes around age 6 or 7 and just never took it down. And the reason it ended up in the same place in everyone's brain comes down to the Game Boy itself. The screen was 2.6 inches, and every kid held it uh, at roughly the same distance. So those 151 characters hit the exact same patch of each kid's retina thousands of times during the year when the brain is still soft enough to reorganize itself. Where an image hits your retina in childhood is what tells your brain where to build the wiring. Reading works the same way. Humans invented writing about 5,000 years ago. There's zero evolutionary reason for a brain region dedicated to recognizing words, but every person who learns to read grows one roughly the same size of a dime in the same part of the brain. Oh, that's interesting. Brain imaging research from 2018 actually watched it appear in children's heads as they learned their letters. It grew by quietly taking over nearby tissue that wasn't doing much yet. Stanford published a follow up this year showing this region is way smaller or missing entirely in kids with dyslexia, and that 8 weeks of intense reading practice physically grew it back. Oh, nice. I didn't even know that. London taxi drivers showed the same thing in a completely different part of their brain. The brain scans from 2000 studies found the region that stores mental maps had physically expanded. The longer they'd been driving, the bigger it got. These drivers spend 3 to 4 years memorizing 25,000 streets before they get licensed. About half wash out. The common thread is childhood. Harvard research trained young monkeys to recognize new shapes, and they developed brand new brain regions in predictable locations. Adult monkeys trained on the same shapes never got those structural changes. The young brain wires itself in a way that the adult brain cannot replicate. If you're wondering whether a Pokemon patch in your brain means you lost something else? No. The region sits alongside your normal visual processing areas, not on top of them. Your brain has hundreds of millions of neurons in that zone alone. The lead author noted that every participant in the study had gone to earn a PhD. Well, that's cool. So, yeah, this study revealed you have a special place in your brain just for Pokemon. That's kinda cool. Yeah, I think I have that part in my brain, and, one of the sad things is I think, almost perfectly name all 151 Pokemon, but I cannot name all the presidents. Sad. I know, it's so sad, but it's also awesome. Okay? Okay? Uh, Let me see if I can do it. Let's see, we got Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Oh, I actually, what am I doing? Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise. That's 6. Then we have, I think it's Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill. I want to say. Then it's Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. I'm getting these orders wrong, I think. But then you have. It's like I'm mentally looking at the binder that I used to have and trying to picture it. And I know on the next page you have Ekans, Arbok, which is funny because it's actually Ekans is snake backwards and Arbok is cobra backwards. Anyway, fun fact. Then you have Rattata and Raticate. Then you have Spearow and Fearow. Next page, I believe it's Nidoran. I gotta fact check myself now. I think I've already messed this order up. I just want to see if I got the order right so far. I don't want to cheat. Where's a list? Give me a dang list. All right, let's see here. Okay. Oh no, I got it a little right so far. Hold on. All right, yeah. All right, I messed up on the. See, I started getting it wrong with Rattata, Spearow, Fearow, Ekans, and Arbok. So that's where I started to mess up. Anyway, I know them. I just cannot get it in order. All right. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. I know it. I just can't. I just don't know them in order. All right. So whatever. Speaking of Pokemon news, the Pokemon franchise is currently extends to over 1,000 species. I'm not up to date with the latest Pokemon. There's a handful I just don't know. I don't know. I'm out of the loop. And you know what's funny though? So it's like there's a handful of Pokemon I don't know, but there's also a handful of Pokemon my daughter doesn't know. Because like there are games that she hasn't played yet. So it's like we both just there's just Pokemon we don't know about and we're totally different generations. So she knows Pokemon I don't know about and I know Pokemon that she doesn't know about. It's very wild. But apparently there's going to be 3 new starters in every Switch game, so they're coming out with Pokemon Wind and Waves. But they say that one day it could be as much as 10,000 Pokemon. That's a lot of Pokemon. That's a lot of Pokemon. Holy smokes, 10,000? That's nuts. That is nuts. Okay, let's see here. Seeing what else we got on the docket. Sometimes my thing doesn't load. It's really frustrating. Okay. Okay. Well, this is a bummer to see. Oh, there's another news story, too, kind of related. So I guess Amazon has stopped production on the live action Tomb Raider because Sophie Turner suffered a back injury, which is, the risk you make of making movies is you can get injured. But respect to her for doing, I guess, her own stunts or something, because that's what it sounds like. And in similar news, I guess Jonathan Majors has reportedly fallen through a window on the set of his new Daily Wire action film. I think there's a video of it. Where is it? Hold on a second. Let me find this video, because I know there is a video of it. Oh, here it is.
And camera set. Here we go, guys. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, action! No! Oh! Guys, let it get back. Let it get back.
Yeah. Good? I'm good. You good?
I'm good, right?
Did we shoot it?
We shot it.
Use it. I'm good.
We're okay,
I'm
guys.
good. I'm good.
I like that attitude. He's like, did we get it? Let's use that. Let's use that footage. That's a good attitude. He's like, we got it. He's like, we got that. You get that? You got me, Fawn. Let's do it. Yeah, that's a good attitude to have. Instead of whining like a baby. And there are people like, why didn't they think about this? They need to worry about safety. And it's like, calm down. Calm down. All right, relax. He's fine. It's fine. Nobody got hurt. They're making a movie. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. Let's see. What's next? All right. So a lot of people have, I guess, Zendaya fatigue, and she is overrated, but I don't hate her, all right? So in an interview for upcoming dramedy, The Drama, Zendaya shared that she may take a break after this year with a long list of upcoming projects, including Euphoria Season 3 and Brand New Day. Zendaya says she may go into hiding after this year so people don't get sick of her. Yeah, I do think, I will say this, I do think she is overrated. I'm not saying she's a bad actress. She's a good actress, right? But, like, she is in a lot of movies, and I don't think she needs to be casted in as many things as she is. Like she's not that good. All right, she's good. She's not great where she needs to be in every movie. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. Other movie news. So Sony just announced that a Netflix series following Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker after the event of No Way Home and Sam Raimi is attached to the project. That's pretty cool. So we get another Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. I'm excited for that. I don't know about you guys. I enjoyed those films. That was my first introduction to live action superhero films, and I loved it. Now, as for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, he's actually not my favorite Spider-Man. I know. He's a lot of people's favorite Spider-Man. He was too dorky for me. Like, when I thought of Spider-Man, I actually thought Spider-Man was kind of cool. Even though he's a scientist, at least in the animated series, he's a cool guy. So I thought actually Andrew Garfield was I liked Andrew Garfield more than I liked Tobey Maguire. And I like Tom Holland too. So I like the Tom Holland Spider-Man and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man more than I like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It is what it is. It is what it is. I might have to take a coffee break soon. All right. Oh, they have the latest trailer. I always play trailers of the upcoming superhero movies. I played one so far, Supergirl. Here's the latest trailer for the new Supergirl movie.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Oh, miss wherever you are, buddy.
As I walk this land of road,
Crypto and I at least had each other.
I have visions of
Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But luck, almost by definition, runs out. What can I do?
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
It's a crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
now what becomes of the broken hearted who had loved now departed.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, huh? A lot of suffering.
There's no home without you, buddy.
What's see the dits from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
So it looks like they got Jason Momoa as Lobo, which is interesting because he's also Aquaman. So, whatever. You know, it is what it is. You know, I'm not really enthusiastic about this movie because of how it's being marketed already. That she is, you know, she wants to create this movie basically wants to show girls that it's okay to be bad and a little bit messy. That's exactly what I don't want from my superhero movies, actually. Like, I really that's the lesson that I don't want. So it's like you know, I don't think that's good. um, I don't want, you know, drunk Supergirl. Yeah, I don't. We get that with Wolverine and Deadpool. You know, his life is a mess. That's fine. It worked there. Let's not do that here. But unfortunately, they are. And it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Let's see what is next. One more trailer. So apparently, Masters of the Universe is getting a movie. And this the first one I did not like, but I don't know if they were doing like a joke about pronouns, or they were being unironic. So I don't know, but let's play the Masters of the Universe trailer.
I know most of you don't remember me, but I know all of you. Even though I was stuck light years away on Earth, I never stopped trying to get back home.
Everything changed since you left.
It's all gone. Skeletor took my family. And he destroyed our world.
It's all my fault. I know how it feels to fail. Take the sword. And when you fall, that's your chance to stand tall.
This is my home. I'm gonna fight for it. But I can't do it without you.
Somebody wants to brawl.
I need every man, woman, or whatever that is.
You may have the power. Too scared to use it.
Trust me, I know how to use it.
You tell everyone that you're from another planet. It just makes you sound a little very crazy.
You know, it looks like Skeletor's CGI, and I don't get why they're doing that. I really don't. I don't understand it. Like, why not just do like a cool makeup design? Why does it have to be CGI? Everything has to be CGI nowadays. I just sometimes it's just completely unnecessary. Anyway, it looks good enough, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it right now. Let's see. Oh, here. All right. Changing gears a little bit. So I think that's it for like film and TV news. So now we'll get into a little bit of AI. So I saw this and I thought, yes, this has also been my experience with ChatGPT. MIT researchers have mathematically proven that ChatGPT's built-in sycophancy creates a phenomenon they call delusional spiraling. You ask it something, it agrees. You ask it again, it agrees even harder until you end up believing things that are flat out false and you can't tell it's happening. The model is literally trained on human feedback that rewards agreement. Real world fallout includes one man who spent 300 hours convinced he invented a world changing math formula, and a UCSF psychiatrist who hospitalized 12 patients for chatbot linked psychosis in a single year. Yeah, this is crazy. AI psychosis or delusional spiraling is an emerging phenomenon where AI chatbot users find themselves dangerously confident in outlandish beliefs after extended chatbot conversations. This phenomenon is typically attributed to AI chatbots' well-documented bias toward validating users' claims, a property often called sycophancy. In this paper, we probe the causal link between AI sycophancy and AI-induced psychosis through modeling and simulation. That's wild, and I think I think we need to be very careful when we're using these. So here's more on this. One conversation with GPT-4o moved political opinions by 12 percentage points on average. Oh, wow. So this has the capacity to influence like elections among people who actively disagreed. 26 points in 9 minutes, with 40% of that change still present a month later. The scariest finding: the most pervasive technique wasn't psychological profiling or emotional manipulation. It was just information, lots of it delivered with confidence. Here's the catch: the models that deployed the most information were also the least accurate, more persuasive, more wrong every time. They built a tiny open source model on a laptop trained specifically for political persuasion. It matched GPT-4o's persuasive power entirely. Anyone can build this, any government, any corporation, any extremist group with 5,000 and an agenda. Their information doesn't have to be true, it just has to be overwhelming. Yeah, that's alarming. So it's like this is one of those things where we do need to be very careful about how we use these chatbots, because they are manipulating us and they are convincing people of things that aren't true. So I don't really use AI chatbots for information. Uh, I I I use them generally just for like tools for creation, honestly, or just editing. Ugh. I certainly don't use them to affirm my own worldviews because that's silly. But uh, for a person that is unaware that they will give you exactly the information that you're looking for, it could be very damaging for that individual. So you need to use these chatbots with caution. Okay. I'm just teeing up the rest of these things. We got some crazy ones. All right. So we'll start with this Theo Vaughn and Vince Vaughn podcast, and they're discussing homeschooling.
Yeah, that's kind of what we had in our classroom. We were super pro-America too. Everything was. It was taught in that way.
The Pledge
which
of
I
Allegiance
thought was good. Hell yes,
Me too.
I liked it. By the way, I love it.
I did too.
Yeah.
Well, it kept us together. It was like one thing you had in common. It was like if you at a certain point, if you don't have anything in common, if you take away things that people have in common, then they don't have anything in common.
I still feel the same way. I still feel like it's the best out there. Not that it's perfect. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't think we even. I don't know how much control everyone even has over it. But I still love the idea of it.
Well, a lot of people are going to homeschool now too. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more parents have switched to homeschooling now than even during COVID.
I did some of it.
You did it?
My daughter in first grade, we did it. I did some, I would put
that's easy to teach though, dude. Try
I
one of the
didn't
harder
teach it.
grades.
I didn't
Oh, you
teach
did.
it. I hired a lady that was good. Yeah. But I get a curriculum, and then I'd have pick a curriculum that I like, add a lady. But the first year she was by herself, which she'd look at me when I'd leave her in the classroom like, fuck this. No one wants to be sitting by themselves. So then I found a public hybrid school where she would go 2 days a week. And then I moved her to a local Catholic school, and now she goes to a big public high school, and she's doing great.
Nice.
But for all the same reasons, you start looking at this stuff and figuring that you want to try to give a education that is not so drowning and beating them down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not really exactly. I mean, let me think about beating them down.
Well, meaning everything was taught from a place for a while, like pointing out everything bad, and you can't say this, or you can't feel this way, or so much guilt education.
Yeah.
And, oh, you're bad to feel this way or that way. And so I thought it's just too heavy. And also like just a hatred of anything. And I always, like it, an optimism, positive. And why not share different ideas? Why not have different of opinions and create an environment where you can talk about different things?
Yeah. It feels like there's a lot. Yeah. Like kids were just feeling bad about themselves, or like we did this, or our people
Lesson
did this.
one.
It's like, what are we doing?
I'd go to my kids and say, when I would get stuff, I'd say, this is not the history of how this shit started. This is not real. We didn't invent any of this shit. So you'd have to kind of go.
Yeah, I mean, that is how the modern education system is. They teach kids to basically be ashamed of America. And I think that's bogus. That our history is bad. It's like we get guilted on slavery, like we're the only country in the world that engaged in slavery. And how, we stole land from indigenous people. It's all a bunch of garbage, trash, and it's annoying. It's like we don't teach kids to be patriotic and love their country, which we should be, because this is the greatest country on the face of the earth. We should be proud of it. It's one of those things where it's my wife and I, we do a hybrid program like he does with our daughter, where our daughter goes to school 2 days a week, and then 3 days a week, my wife homeschools her, and we have this really great curriculum, and she's brilliant, and she knows so much, way more than I did when I was a kid. She's just so smart, but it's because she has a classical education, and there's no tablets, no technology, so she learns to write with her hand. She's learning cursive. She's holding physical books, not digital books. And I do think, it's going to make her a more well-rounded individual. She's not going to be one of these iPad kids that is educated strictly on an iPad. There's kids that can't even really write anymore because everything they do is iPad or computer related, which is really sad. I didn't realize the benefit of being able to read script. 'Cause I'm like, who cares? But it's like, oh yeah, well, if you can't read script, you can't read the old documents in which our country is founded, and history can ultimately be lost. So I think it's good that we learn this. It's good that we continue to teach this. It's also good for kids to physically write with their hands and have something physical. Everything's digital, and there's a disconnect that happens when you're strictly interacting with digital products. and that you lose that physical component. It's also, I think, more helpful with memory retention if you're physically writing something. Speaking of retaining, I saw this viral thread of this MRI of a 33-year-old and how injections of filler never fully dissolve. So it's like you see all these women getting the filler injected into their face. Well, turns out it stays there forever.
What you're looking at here is an MRI image of a 33-year-old patient who had over 12 cc, which is 12 syringes of hyaluronic acid filler injected to her face over the past 6 years. Now, the area that is green is the hyaluronic acid filler. Now, what's interesting here is that when we did volumetric analysis, that means when we measured the amount of filler, the amount of volume that was there, it ended up being close to 28 cc, which is more than twice the amount of filler that was injected. And what this shows us is that hyaluronic acid fillers are hydrophilic. That means they love water, and they also cause tissue expansion. So that's important to know. And over the next several videos, I'm going to explain what are the problems associated with these things, how do we treat them, and there is a lot of misconception about dissolving, and we'll address some of those issues and concerns. So please stay tuned and follow for more.
That's crazy. Yeah, so this stuff just stays in your face. That's why these people look like deformed freaks, because they continue to get filler and it just never goes away. And they're just permanently distorting and altering their face where they become unrecognizable monsters. And it's just like, ladies, just leave your face alone, all right? Leave it alone. You are beautiful the way that you are. You don't need to look like Kim Kardashian. You don't need to pump and inject poison into your cheeks. You know, and a lot of these women do it to look younger. Well, you're trading looking younger for looking like a freak. So pick your poison. Pick your poison. Not worth it. And one, there is nothing wrong with getting old. This is an issue that our society has, is that we think there's something wrong with getting old, and we see getting old as this bad thing, but it's a really a, like your gray hairs, your aging is a sign that you are getting older, yes, but it's also a sign of wisdom. So embrace it, because it's happening whether you want it to or not. Be that dignified old person. If you're an old man, let your gray hair rock. Grow that epic Gandalf beard. If you're an old lady, let the silver uh, grow in your hair, and actually it has some wisdom that comes with your age, and pass it down to future generations. Embrace it, though. Stop trying to be young if you're not young. Stop trying. Just be content with the age that you're at. I'm going to be 36 this year. I'm not crying about it. I'm fine. This is the stage of life that I'm at. I get older. It happens. I'm doing my best to stay fit and stay healthy. When I start, I already got a couple gray hairs in my beard. I'm not dyeing my beard. If I lose my hair, I'm not growing I'm not getting implants. It's part of aging, part of life. It's fine. Not a big deal. Oh, this is another crazy story. All right. A woman who slept with identical twins separately within 4 days of each other has been told it's not possible to identify which one is the father. What? What did I just read? What? What a one. This woman is wild. A woman who slept with identical twins days apart has been told by the UK appeals court that it is currently impossible to determine which brother fathered her baby, as DNA testing could not distinguish the two men. That's messed up. Wow. One, this woman is diabolical. Like, what a horrible human being. The men are also kind of gross too. I don't know if they were aware that she was doing this, but that's kind of putrid. That's gnarly. And I feel bad for this kid, because talk about identity crisis. Like, you're not going to know which one of them is your dad, and there's no way of ever knowing. That's messed up. Sometimes this world is really depressing. That's depressing. All right. Here's another one. Gen Z employees can't bear the 9 to 5 grind, so they're using lunch breaks to nap or crash out in bizarre places throughout New York City. Listen, I'm not against napping. That's fine. I nap. I nap during my lunch sometimes. I'll take a nap in my Jeep. Let's go park under a tree, kick my seat back, and catch some Z's. But I don't do it anywhere weird, right? But if you're in New York, you don't have a car, so you gotta kind of do your thing. The 9 to 5 grind seems to be too much for today's youngsters. Stressed out young employees across New York City are ditching their work desks for store fitting rooms, movie theaters, and even designated nap pods in search of a safe place to catch up on sleep, decompress, or sneak in a full-blown meltdown in the middle of the workday. All right. Man, we're such a soft generation. We really are. Like, napping, I get. That's fine. That's normal, actually. But melting down, just shut up and do your job, all right? Stop crying about it. This is life. We used to, do hard things. We used to, work in, factories and, just build railroads and just do incredibly difficult things. And now it's like they can't get through 8 hours working at their desk job without having a breakdown. It's kind of pathetic. TikTok user Ben Sanderson recently racked up over 1 million views in a viral clip in which he confessed to sneaking in a midday nap in Midtown AMC Theater. He paid $15, plopped into a recliner, and took a nap right then and there. I slept in a recliner seat during the movie, popped in my earbuds, and put a beanie over my eyes, and had one of the best naps of my life. Yeah. This is the problem, though, with living in a city is you don't have access to a car, so you don't really have a safe place to take a nap, which I don't think there's any shame in taking a nap in a movie theater, wherever you can. Yeah, maybe a dressing room is a little weird. Like, don't do that. How people need to go into these fitting rooms to put on their clothes, but I don't know. Your desk is fine, though. I don't know why people aren't sleeping at their desks. I would do that if I didn't have my car. I have my car, so I just want privacy. I want peace. I don't want to be disturbed. I'll be right back. I gotta go let my dog out.
discouraged.
All right, I'm back. Had to let the puppy out, man. Had to get my boy taken care of. I actually saw a story while I was on my phone that I think I want to talk about. Hold on a second. All right. So I saw this the other day. I thought, oh, this is crazy. This is wild. This is a wild story. And now I know the truth, which is pretty interesting. So I saw a whole bunch of threads exactly like this. This is crazy. A guy just built a $1.8 billion company with 2 employees, him and his brother, using AI. Matthew Gallagher started Medvi from his house in Los Angeles, spent $20,000 in 2 months, and AI wrote the code, AI made the website, AI made the ads, and AI handled customer service. First month, 300 customers. Second month, a month, 1,000 more. First full year, 401 million in sales. This year, on track for 1.8 billion. His only hire, his younger brother. That's the entire company. The New York Times verified the numbers: 65 million profit last year, more than 3 million coming in every single day. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild. Yeah. The AI handled, again, the code. They made the website. They made the ads. They handled the customer service. Oh, and they also handled the fraud, because apparently what he has done is made a whole lot of AI fake doctors. All right. So Matthew Gallagher created 800 plus Facebook accounts posing as fake doctors to advertise on Facebook. And then he went on to build GLP-1 telehealth company with just $20,000 AI and only one full-time teammate, his brother. So, yeah, he generated all this money basically on fraud. So his company generated $401 million in 2025 and could reach $1.8 billion in 2026. Medvi received an FDA warning letter in February 2026 for misbranding violations. Its clinical network, OpenLoop, suffered a data breach in 2026 that exposed 1.6 million patient records. That sounds like a HIPAA violation, if you ask me. Futurism reported that they use AI-generated deepfakes before and after photos in their marketing. A class action lawsuit was filed in Delaware in November 2025, and they are also running 800 plus fake doctor accounts on Facebook to sell compound GLP-1s. That's oh my gosh, yo. So it's like everything is just fake and gay. All right. So I think we still have to go with our initial assumption that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably isn't. So yeah, this guy is generating all this money, but he also did it with a handful of fraud, and yeah, and the consequences of this could cost him everything. So it's like everything that he built, he could easily lose because he did it fraudulently. And this is why it's so important, guys, to maintain your integrity. Don't sell out. Don't take the easy way out just because you think it might make you more money. It's not worth it. Just, do things the old fashioned way and build stuff brick by brick. That's why I don't view bot or do any of that nonsense that other streamers do. Even though it has been proven to be advantageous, people take advantage of it all the time. Even some of the big players view bot. Not me, man. I'm not view botting because I just have like no one watching us. My strong 2 viewers. Thank you, guys. I'm actually streaming at an unusual time, but still, I typically do like have a couple people watching, which I appreciate. I appreciate them. Right now, we got 8, and probably some of those are like half of those are probably bots, so probably more like 4 actual people. Which is fine. I'll take it. It's like having a conversation with 4 people in the room. That's how I think of it. And yeah, don't tell it your integrity, man. A lot of these get rich quick schemes with AI, they're actually fake. I'm not saying there's not real opportunity. There's real opportunity, but it's not going to come easy and it's still going to require a lot of work on your part. So just be careful. All right, I saw this and I don't really know how I feel about it, so I'll play for you this clip. Apparently, Bryce Crawford, who is a Christian influencer, has his own energy drink that he's come out with. So we'll play this and then we'll discuss.
Sponsor for our episode is my company, Praise Energy, energy with a higher purpose. We've been developing this company for over a year so that people know that the energy drinks and the hydration that are being put out are coming from a gospel-centered, faith-driven business where the heart behind the company, the people behind the company love Jesus and want to see everyone know him as well. There's so many brands out there online that push different agendas and doctrines, and why support those businesses when you can support people who actually want to see the gospel go forth? Our energy drink has 100 milligrams of caffeine that comes from green tea extract, and we use monk fruit, organic cane sugar, and stevia to sweeten the drink to offer the cleanest sweetener possible. Furthermore, every energy drink, electrolyte package, and all of our products are prayed over before it hits our website or even offered in stores. We even have a QR code feature where you can scan our drink and put in a prayer request, and within 24 hours, a physical person from our team will have prayed for your prayer. If you want to know when we go live and offer our products for availability, go to drinkpraise.com. Sign up today so you can be the first to know when we launch. Go to drinkpraise.com. Sign up today so you know when we launch energy with a higher purpose.
This feels to me like a very Gen Z version of the same prosperity nonsense that we've seen for a long time. And I just think if you're making money off the gospel at all, like really, like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this, man. I'm still thinking through it. Something feels yucky about it to me. That should be all right. I don't have a problem with people praying over the products. I said that's good. All right, that's fine. All right, but it's like to market it this way, I don't know. It feels gimmicky. So it's like if you make all right, so here's a good example. All right, you have In-N-Out. All right, they're a Christian organization. They sell burgers. All right, they have a little scripture inscribed on the bottom of the cup. They're not saying, come buy our burgers. We pray over every single one. It just seems like, look at me, look at me, look at what I'm doing, look at what we're doing. Just, have it on the top of your cans and let people discover that organically. Like, oh, wow, they pray over every can. And you not be the person that's marketing this. Yeah. Because, I'm torn, right? Because on the one hand, I don't think there's anything wrong with Christians selling or praying over a product, but I don't think that should be the gimmick to get people to buy your product. Like, just make a good product, and that should be fine. That should be enough. I don't know if I want to read more depressing stuff this morning. Let's see. I already covered this. We talked about aliens last night, I think. Oh, I thought this is crazy. So here's this video.
Damn. Oh my God, this is live.
She's trying to get out. She's a master escape artist.
Look. Look. Y'all seen it live. This is live. Oh my God. They didn't see this, bro. Come on.
She's gone.
Oh my God.
Dude, that's crazy, man. How do they leave the window down so she can get out? Or did she roll it down herself? See, I don't know that. I do think it's funny that the guy just doesn't even say anything. He just records and lets it all happen. He doesn't say, "Hey, officers, she's trying to run away. Maybe you should try to stop her." He just records it. Oh, that's funny, man. That's crazy. Yeah, that's nutty. That's that's great. I love that. Another crazy thing. So, take a wild guess where this is happening right now, all right?
There's no telling how much native wildlife this big. The second one. Second one. Oh, there's a face. Oh! Get it. What? What the hell just happened? Whoa! What?
Oh my God! Here, I'll take this phone from you.
Kev, that was the coolest video I've ever taken in my life.
Flashback.
Check this out. This is a python nest. And check out how well camouflaged she is. Just the tiniest little bit of her back sticking up out of the vegetation. Now this is actually going to be probably about a 15-footer, but it just shows you how well they camouflage into this environment. Beautiful. Let's catch her up.
Should I just grab?
No, I would peel it back and then peel it back slowly and then just do a head grab. A little more than that. There you go, head grab.
Great. She was just napping.
Look at that.
Good morning.
Oh my God.
Wow.
All right, maybe a little bit bigger than we thought. Way bigger than I thought. Bigger snake than yesterday. Oh my goodness.
G6 M1.
That's a bigger head than yesterday too. Here you go, Megan. Keep pulling it out. Oh my God.
Wow.
So
Good
this
job.
is Florida, by the way.
Yeah.
Florida people are just
that's way bigger than yesterday.
built differently.
All right, well there you go.
God.
16.
Yay.
She popped one egg.
Sorry.
No,
Dad.
The female did, not you.
I mean, kind of me.
I'm gonna tease her out of here, though.
Oh my god, that thing is a monster.
My goodness, that's a huge, huge clutch, guys. Look at the snake. Look at the snake. That's a huge, huge snake. Wow.
Holy
She's
smokes.
jumpy still.
Oh, look at the embryo that just popped out.
Oh, no good. Whoa. Not even as developed as the other ones we've seen.
Look at the nerves twitching already.
Good job, baby.
That's crazy. Yeah, so this is Florida. Florida is actually struggling right now with a problem with these Burmese pythons being an invasive species. So they are out of control in Florida now. And yeah, so I don't know what they're going to do about that. But it is what it is. But those snakes are wild. They're crazy big. All right, what's next on the docket? Oh, I thought this I'll play this video and then I'll read you the headline about it because I think this is wild. So what do you notice about this video?
The state investigating the claim after two similar but separate claims were filed to other insurance companies, including a 2015 and a 2022 Mercedes. Each claim stating a bear attack and video.
I haven't actually ever heard of a bear attack up here, but I have seen coyotes. It just sounds unusual. But again,
they're dressing up as bears.
Investigator Shea, a biologist with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, confirmed the bear was fake. They say the alleged animal didn't leave a trace like saliva, urine, or hair, and the scratches didn't match the animal's claw.
I couldn't really tell. I mean, I couldn't tell. Like, I couldn't tell if it was a bear because it's black and white and you see like something moving in the car.
4 people from LA County were arrested according to the state after a search warrant revealed this bear costume was found inside their home, which they believe was used in the scam. It's unclear if the group was visiting or part of the mountain community.
We're all hurting in this economy, but you're hurting our community with giving us a bad name and giving our wildlife a bad name.
Poor bears. Poor bears got the raw end of the deal. How dare them? So apparently 4 people collected $141,000 in insurance money by dressing up as a bear. So they climbed into a bear costume and got and destroyed a Rolls Royce. Idiots. And they had an actual biologist review the footage, and he instantly exposed them, saying that is clearly a human in a bear suit. The reason they got caught, a light brown costume in a state where only black bears exist. Yeah. So these people are morons. All right, let's see. Oh, I think we have reached the end of the posts. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to shut down the streams on YouTube.